The first time I became involved with silos and smokestacks goes back to almost 20 years ago when I worked at one of the partner sites as a staff person there. And that partner site was in the process of updating some signage with silos and smokestacks. And that's when I first got to know the organization and the staff and what that relationship is all about. So I got the opportunity to be involved with silos and smokestacks probably 10 years after I first became aware of the organization as a volunteer and asked to serve on one of their committees. And I jumped at the chance. I just thought it was a great opportunity. In my volunteer role with Silos and Smokestacks, I serve on the Partnership Panel Committee. That committee works hands-on with a lot of the partner sites. And so the things that I enjoy are going to partner site visits where I get to see places like what you're shooting now with beautiful backdrops and wonderful areas. One of the great things about doing partner site visits in my volunteer capacity is I get to go to sites and see things that I would never have sought out and seen on my own, and then be able to share those with other people that I know of and say, hey, you should check this out, or this is a really cool place, or we are having a function, we should consider this site to have a function. One of the other things I love doing for Silos and Smokestacks is to help sort through grant applications and serve on a grant committee. We have applications for partner sites that are looking for summer interns, that are doing projects, that are updating their signage, and being able to learn more about those sites and to help fund programs that they need excites me as a volunteer. The Silos and Smokestacks partner sites, so the existing sites and the emerging sites cover a wide variety in many different ways. And so I've enjoyed visiting a whole bunch of sites. We're at a site right now that is in LeClaire, Iowa, that's talking about becoming a partner site. And it's a site that I've actually been to probably a half a dozen times. One of the most interesting site visits that I was able to do for Silos and Smokestacks was the Frank Lloyd Wright House near Quasqueton, Iowa. It's a little bit out of the way. I've seen signage. I knew that that was there. I've lived in eastern Iowa for a long time, and I have never gone to that site on my own. And as part of the Silos Committee, not only did I get to visit the site, but we got a one-on-one tour with the site director and got the behind-the-scenes look at the history of that site. And to me, that was fascinating. The architecture was fascinating. The location on the Wapsipinicon River was splendid. And there was so many things about that site that I never would have discovered on my own. I'm honored to be recognized by Silos and Smokestacks for volunteer work that I enjoy already. I'm especially honored that this award is named after Rose Rohr, and I personally knew Rose and served on Silos committees with her at meetings, at site visits, in conversations, and I understand how passionate and how enthusiastic and how dedicated she was as a volunteer. So to receive an award as a volunteer that has her name attached to it has a special significance for me.